Today we're going to go through some squats. Squats helps to build strength, stability, it's good core engagement exercise, so it's good to build legs, core, glutes and your lower back. It builds good movement patterns. It's pretty much a functional movement pattern that we all need and have to do. So first of all, we're going to just think about the floor, James. So think of your foot as a tripod, so heel, toes, big toe, and we want some core engagement. I want some bracing as we do this. Now, some people think bracing is like that hollowing, bringing your tummy in. I would rather you actually just sort of learn to contract. So if I went to try and push James over, he's starting to naturally engage his core. That's bracing, and we need to have that in the background working. So whatever's a neutral position for yourself. So some people like a general stance, some people do like to squat with a slightly wider stance, whatever feels comfortable with yourself. And as long as your knees are okay, if you want to squat down to a depth that feels comfortable, James, and pause and come back up. And as you come back up, just make sure you squeeze the glutes so we overemphasize and get that additional strength. We're looking at just doing a 2-second pause. It builds that stability, that extra strength. Now we could make this a bit harder. We could introduce a kettlebell. And we can do what we call a goblet squat. This is about 8 kilos. So if James just holds that and close to his chest, not out here, really close to the chest, and you can squat down and again do a little pause and come back up. Right. Rep wise, we want to be aiming sort of 5 reps, pause reps, and do 2 or 3 sets depending on your ability. Now we can make this exercise a little bit trickier on the core by doing a single arm variant. And again, we're using the kettlebell again. We basically come into what we call a front rack position. Now, because this is putting me off balance, I now have to get even more core engagement. So if James holds that. Perfect. And then again, if we squat down now, he's going to have to really engage more core, and that extra pause at the bottom is really going to put him off balance, and he's having to brace his core and get a lot out of the exercise. Thank you, James. Now we can make this easier by squatting onto a chair. So again, same principles, whatever foot stance is correct for yourself, and we're just going to use the chair as a depth guide. So if James goes down and just touches, comes back up, squeezes glutes. Now we can make this easier still if this, like on your knees and things like that, by actually turning the chair around. And if James holds the back of the chair, he can then squat down using that as he's got a little bit of support. Automatically he's actually in a slightly more favourable position, more upright, because he's got something to hold on to. Okay, relax there. And again, same principles. Make sure the core is engaged and make sure you squeeze your glutes as you come back up. And if you've got any problems, let us know.